150 plus 60. Oh, as long as they flip tails, they can only hit for 200. Come on, tails. Yes! Yeah! Yes! We survived the attack with 10 HP, guys. This video is sponsored by Card Trader, a global marketplace where you can buy and sell TCG cards like the Pokemon trading card game. And you can also check out PTCGLstore.com, a great place for you to buy Pokemon TCG code cards. The links will be in the description below. Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be showcasing Empoleon EX from the Phantasmal Flames expansion set. Empoleon EX is a stage 2 Pokemon with 320 HP, it has 2 retreat costs, it has resistance to grass, and it is weak to fire. What actually makes Empoleon EX great is its attack Iron Feathers. For 2 metal and 1 colorless energy, it deals 210 damage. And during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon will take 60 less damage from attacks. So in effect, your opponent actually has to dish out 380 damage just to take out this Pokemon for a one-hit knockout. And the damage output is actually really good too because it's just the right number to take out support Pokemon like Fezandipiti EX or Ogerpon EX. What's more is that it also has the ability Emperor's Stance, which prevents all effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So this is basically immune to Dragapult EX damage spread or from instant knockouts. Obviously, we're going to be centering our strategy on Empoleon's awesome defense, which is why we also have the full Metal Lab Stadium. While this is in play, all metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks from the opponent's Pokemon. We also have a couple of Iron Defender. During your opponent's next turn, all of your metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, including new Pokemon you put into play. And I also have a copy of Defiance Vest. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, the Pokemon this card is attached to take 40 less damage from attacks. This will make it even more difficult for your opponent to knock out your Pokemon. To help energize our attacks though, we have a 2-2 line of Metang. It has the ability Metal Maker. Once you're your turn, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and if you see any basic metal energies there, you can attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. As for the other cards worth noting, as a backup single price attacker, I have this Zamazenta. I just really like its attack, Strong Bash. It deals 70 damage, which isn't much, but then on your opponent's next turn, if they attack this Pokemon, their attacker will receive the same damage done to this Pokemon. For added protection, I have a copy of this Psyduck. Thanks to its damp ability, you can prevent any Pokemon with abilities that knocks itself out from using that ability. This is a great way to counter Dusclops or Dusknoir. I also have a copy of Munkidori. Thanks to its Adrenabrain ability, we can heal Empoleon and even add damage to our opponent's Pokemon. Next up, I have a copy of Genesect EX. It has the Metallic Signal ability. This lets you search your deck for up to 2 Metal-type evolution Pokemon and put them into your hand. This is great for searching out Metang and also Empoleon EX. And finally, for my Ace Spec card, I have Hero's Cape. This will simply add 100 HP to our Empoleon EX, further increasing its survivability. At first, you might think that Empoleon EX isn't all that great, but when you see how strong its defense is, you'll come to appreciate just how awesome this Pokemon is. It's like taking down a Mega Pokemon, only your opponent takes 2 prizes for it. I'm overall satisfied with the composition of this build, but what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Empoleon EX. Before we get into the video, I have a small request. If you're liking the content I create, please leave a like to this video, and please support this channel by subscribing if you haven't already. This is a small click for you, but for me, it means a lot. Thank you so much for all of your support. Alright, on to our first match. I'm gonna go ahead and start this one with Piplup in the active spot. We also have Beldum on our bench. I'm gonna hold off on Genesect EX for a little bit here, but I will be going first in this matchup. And my opponent's gonna start with Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. Since we have no other way to draw into more cards next turn, I'm gonna go ahead and set up Cleffa with the Nest Ball. Might as well thin out our deck with Metallic Signal. I'll get these 2 guys. And then I'm gonna attach Hero's Cape to Piplup. Hopefully we can survive an attack if my opponent is able to attack on their first turn, going second. But we are going against a grass type build, so we do have a little bit of an advantage against this matchup, especially our resistance will be taking into effect, which means we'll be taking 30 less damage from our opponent's attacks. And it looks like my opponent's also using Mega Heracross EX. It's actually one of my favorite Megas in the game right now. It just looks so awesome. What about you guys? What's your favorite Mega Pokemon in the game? Let me know in the comments below. So now it's our turn. Let's go ahead and evolve into Metang. I can attach this energy. I could retreat into Cleffa, or I could use Boss's Orders, trap their Mega Heracross in the active, then we can use Call for Support. Let's use Metal Maker. Ooh, we got 2 Metal Energies, okay. I don't know if I'm putting all of my eggs in one basket here, guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'll use Call for Support, get Arvin. We can get Rare Candy, evolve into Empoleon EX next turn, then start attacking. But what's this? My opponent has Air Balloon, so now they can freely retreat their Mega Heracross EX. I think we made a bad decision there, guys. They're slowly evolving into their Meganium, which will double all of their grass energies. And this makes Ogerpon EX even more dangerous. My opponent's going to use Iono. And it looks like they're going to be able to knock out our Piplup here. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and pivot into Cleffa. Thankfully, we got another Piplup from that Iono. Let's replace their Stadium. Might as well put my Zamazenta into play. Use Crispin to start energizing my Piplup. Use Metang. We got 1 energy. Maybe I'll attach it to Zamazenta. And then I'm just going to use Grasping Draw. Okay, we need Rare Candy. And also, we need our Empoleon EX, which we can just get with Genesect EX. My opponent's going to use Iono. Ooh, okay. That actually gave us Rare Candy and Empoleon EX. So we are good to go here, guys. But we need an energy. Metang can be hit and miss sometimes because you only look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Hopefully we can get a Metal Energy here. Let's go ahead and evolve into our Empoleon EX. We have our full Metal Lab to get us more defense. We didn't get any energies, but thankfully with Lily's determination we got another energy. And I think I'm just gonna counter catcher this Ogerpon. That's gonna get us 2 prizes for our first attack. I'll set up another Piplup. And we're just gonna attack with Iron Feathers, dealing 210 damage, knocking out their Ogerpon, and that's gonna get us our first 2 prizes. So now, with our attack in full effect, we actually have 60 defense extra, and with the full Metal Lab in play, that's 90 defense. So my opponent actually has to hit for 410 damage to get a 1-hit knockout against Empoleon EX. Or, in short, we're taking 90 less damage from their attacks for now. Or actually make that 120, because we are also resistant to grass. So that's 120 less damage we're taking. So 50 damage, not too bad. So they're attacking with Mega Heracross EX. The second attack deals 170 minus 120, and then they're also milling the top 2 cards of our deck. So I can retreat Empoleon EX here if I need to. We have another energy for Zamazenta. And then I'll just get Metang and Empoleon EX, get it ready to evolve. And then we can also start to energize our Piplup if we need to. But right now I'm just gonna use Iron Feathers, and with Iron Defender, that's even more defense for us. So at minus 20, we're actually reducing damage by 150 at this point, guys. So 60 plus 30 with 90 with the resistance, that's 120, plus 30 with Iron Defense, that's 150 defense, guys. That's crazy. So we were able to survive an attack there, even though my opponent did a counter attack plus 100 damage. We survived the attack. So we should be able to take out this Mega Heracross EX, and then we can take 3 prizes for it. Empoleon EX is just so bulky and defensive, guys. It's awesome. At first glance, it isn't much, but it's actually very, very powerful. So I'm just gonna take out this Mega Heracross EX. We take 3 prizes. We need 1 more to win this game, guys. And we have another Empoleon EX ready to go for next turn. But I'm not sure if we can survive an attack because Meganium is in play. They could use their Ogerpon EX to attack, but it's an easy target for us to knock out. But my opponent is going to boss Genesect EX, and they're going to use Myriad Leaf Shower, and it doesn't take a knockout. Thankfully, we drew it to our air balloon. We could just easily retreat it, and then we could just keep attacking, basically. There's no way for us to target any of their other Pokemon, so we're just gonna chip away at their Pokemon, starting with this Ogerpon. And Metang is just not getting us the energies that we need here, guys. Ooh, we got 2. Okay, never mind. I'll just fully energize my Empoleon EX, get it ready for next turn or the next batch in case my opponent knocks out my Empoleon. So we're just gonna attack for 210 against this Ogerpon. If they don't retreat it, we will knock it out. So my opponent's holding in on there, despite being their attacks being reduced tremendously. They are fighting, so I do commend my opponent for that. But we do have the upper hand again because of the immense defense that we have. It's just going to be very difficult for any grass type match to go against our Empoleon EX. And they're just going to pass. Looks like my opponent just gave up this match. We're just going to attack with Iron Feathers one last time to knock out this Ogerpon, and that's going to win us the game. Good game. Moving on to our second match. Once again, I'll be starting this one with Piplup in the active spot. I also have Beldum and Munkidori. And I will be going first in this matchup, which I do prefer or recommend. But I do have a really, really bad opening hand here, guys. Not a single supporter card to help us draw. Got Counter Catcher, but still, all we can do right now is attach an energy and just end our turn, unfortunately. Thankfully, though, Piplup does have an attack that can get us a supporter card from our deck if we need it to. So it's not the end of the world. I just hope it survives a turn here. So my opponent's starting with Latias EX. They're going to use Precious Trolley Ace-Pack card. And look at this, guys. They just brought out a bunch of powerful Pokemon. So they have Mega Kangaskhan EX. They have Mega Absol EX. A bunch of Munkidoris. And they have Maractus. Now it's our turn. We got a Nest Ball, though, which is pretty good. Ooh, thankfully Cleffa is not prized, so we can get that. That's going to help us draw into more cards, definitely. Can attach this. Let's go ahead and use Metal Maker to start energizing our Empoleon line, but we get nothing. And I'm just going to use Grasping Draw here. Draw 6. We got an Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, so we might be able to evolve into Empoleon, but again, the chances of us fully energizing it is very slim, especially with Metang's ability. So let's see what our opponent does here. They're going to attach an energy. They have TM Energize, and they're going to Iono. So we'll lose the cards that we had in our hand, and we got a really bad hand here, actually. I mean, we have Piplup, so at least we have 2 lineups of that. For now, my opponent's just going to use TM Energize to put 2 energies on Absol. Got Buddy Buddy Poffin, so we can set up another Beldum and Piplup. I'm just thinning out my hand here, guys, so that we can draw more cards with Grasping Draw. Try Metal Maker once again, and still nothing. So I'm just going to draw 3. We got Lily's Determination now. But if my opponent fully energizes their Absol, start attacking, they can actually discard that Lily's Determination from our hand. Okay, they have another TM Energize. Mega Kangaskhan EX is actually pretty awesome with the Run Errand ability, allowing them to just draw 2 cards while it's in the active. But they're going to energize their Munkidoris. Okay, so we survive another turn, but that's going to be a problem, those Munkidoris, I feel like. We get no energies again? Come on, Metang. Let's go and use Lily's Determination. At least we still have Lily's Determination. I can use Ultra Ball to get our stage 1. And I feel like I'm gonna keep Empoleon, because if my opponent attacks with Absol, they can discard one Empoleon, but they can't discard both. So I'll just get Prinplup, evolve that, Grasping Draw one more time, and we got a Zamazenta and Buddy Buddy Poffin. So even if my opponent attacks, I just hope they don't have a boss's orders to knock out our Prinplup. Oh, come on, man! That's exactly what I didn't want to happen, but with all the cards that are available to our opponent, it's, I mean, the chances of them having what they need is there. So they're gonna attack with Claw of Darkness, dealing 200 damage, knocking out Prinplup, and they can discard one card from our hand. And they're gonna go for Empoleon EX, okay. Our setup is just not going well, guys, especially with all the Ionos that my opponent threw on us. Speaking of, we have our own Iono. Let's go ahead and use Metal Maker first. We got 2 Metal Energies. I'll attach another one. Use Iono. Can we get Empoleon? And Rare Candy. We got a Rare Candy. Got another Metang. Psyduck I don't think is needed here. I'll just use Grasping Draw. Okay, this is really bad, guys. My opponent's gonna replace our Stadium. That's gonna add more HP to their Pokemon. They can take another knockout. And they're gonna take away our Rare Candy. Man. Our chances of setting up an Empoleon EX here is very slim, guys. I don't know what to do. Set up Piplup. I'll attach an energy to Monkey Dory. Should I use Iron Defender? No, I'm gonna reserve it. Just gonna use Lily's Determination. Let's go ahead and use Flip the Script. Empoleon. Man, still no Empoleon. I'll just replace their Stadium. I think I'm just gonna end my turn here, guys. But let me go ahead and use Super Rod first. Ooh, we have 5 Metal Energies. Let me actually just get Prinplup and 2 energies. Or let me get 3 energies, because 5 in the discard pile is too much, I think. So I'm counting on this Rare Candy to help us evolve into our Empoleon EX. But if my opponent attacks here, they're probably just gonna discard it. And once again, it's gonna be very difficult for us to set up. So they're gonna take another knockout against our Metang. And they will discard our Rare Candy. Really, really bad start for us. And they're just disrupting our hand. Oh, we got an Empoleon EX. Okay, finally. Let's go ahead and use Rare Candy. Fully evolve. Might as well put this Zamazenta into play. And then can use Flip the Script. See what we could do here. I could discard these. Oh, I forgot. Our Prinplup is in the discard pile. I can start to energize my second lineup of Empoleon. We still get no energies. So right now, I think I'm just gonna increase my defense. Use Iron Defender, Iron Feathers to attack, deal 210 damage to Mega Absol, and we will get 60 extra defense. So that's minus 90 from our opponent's attack. They're gonna use Adrena Brain to transfer damage counters from Mega Absol EX. And by the way, because of our ability, they should not be able to instant knock us out with Absol's attack. So unless my opponent... Oh! My opponent actually used Terminal Period, and it does not take effect on our Empoleon EX. There it is. Just like me, I don't read abilities and attacks. Probably gonna blame it on PTCG Live glitching out, but no, it's Empoleon EX's ability preventing us from dying from that instant knockout attack. We got Counter Catcher with Absol. I'm just gonna use Iron Feathers to just take out this Mega Absol EX. That's gonna get us 3 prizes, so we've caught up with the price trade here, guys. We got Hero's Cape and Boss's Orders. And if my opponent takes out one of our other Pokemon on our bench, you can use Counter Catcher to take out one of their other Pokemon. Although I could focus on this Mega Kangaskhan EX to get our last 3 prizes. But it's going to be a long shot because Mega Kangaskhan EX does deal a lot of damage as well. Okay, my opponent's building up another Mega Absol EX. But Hero's Cape is definitely going to help us out. Ooh, they're going to Boss's Orders. Fastendipity EX, but it does have an extra life. Oh, they got 2 heads though. And they're dealing 300 damage. So that took out Fastendipity EX. My opponent gets 2 prizes. They have 1 prize remaining to win this game. I'll just go ahead and increase Empoleon EX's HP. But all they need is a Boss Orders to take out one of our other Pokemon to win it. So what's the best option here? I could Counter Catcher this Latias, and we have Adrena Brain. So I can transfer these damage counters to actually get a knockout here despite having extra HP. I'll use Iron Defender to increase my defense in case they attack with Kangaskhan. And I'm just going to use Iron Feathers to take out this Latias EX. We get 2 prizes for that. So now we're even. Again, my opponent only needs a Boss's Orders. They have 2 in the discard pile. And they cannot use Counter Catcher either because we have an even price. Oh, they're going to use Iono. That means no Boss's Orders, so we should be safe. We just have to tank a hit here. Maybe a tank. If we can tank more. Oh, they have Boss's Orders with that Pokegear. We just need to survive a bunch of hits, guys. So right now we have. My opponent has to hit 480 to 1-hit knock us out. We're gonna use Rapid Fire Combo. They have 2 heads. That's 300 damage, but it comes down to 210, which I will take thanks to our Iron Defender. That extra defense actually helped us out. Just gonna use Iono to take away that Boss's Orders. Thankfully, we actually drew into that Iono. That actually saved us from losing this game. And I'm just gonna heal up my Empoleon EX. And I mean, it doesn't really matter. My opponent can just transfer it with their Munkidori. I'm just gonna attack with Iron Feathers. We are at 240 HP. 240. That's minus 30. Oh my gosh. We're at 180 plus 60. Or actually, yeah, 180, 240, 240, 240. Can my opponent hit? All right, they have another Munkidori. This is really bad, guys. Oh, they have another Dark Energy. No, no, that's it. 150 plus 60. Oh, as long as they flip tails, they can only hit for 200. Come on, tails. Yes, yeah. Yes, we survived the attack with 10 HP, guys. You know what? I'm gonna use Munkidori. Oh man, this is insane. This is insane. I'm just gonna use Iron Feathers, take out this Mega Kangaskhan EX to get our last prize, winning us the game. Woo, that was an awesome game, guys. Wow, good game. On to our third and final match. This time I'm gonna start with Munkidori in the active spot. And once again, I will be going first in this matchup. And my opponent's starting with Toxel in their active. But all I can do right now is just attach an energy to Munkidori and end my turn. So my opponent's using a dark type build, but with Toxel here evolving into Toxtricity, I don't think they can attack on their first turn going second, so Monkidori should be safe. But my opponent's going to set up Ghastly and Carvanha, so we're looking at going against Mega Sharpedo EX and possibly Mega Gengar EX as well. They also have Petron EX with the Subjugating Chains ability, allowing them to switch their dark Pokemon into the active. But for now, they're just going to call for Family, and they're going to set up Monkidori and Monkidori EX. Okay. Interesting. For now, I'm just going to use Arven. We need to set up our own Pokemon here, so I'll get Buddy Buddy Poffin, and I'll get Air Balloon. And then I could get Piplup and Cleffa. Although I have too many cards in my hand already, so it's not going to be as useful. So I'll just get Beldum, I think. I'll attach the initial Metal Energy on Piplup. Hopefully next turn we can evolve into Empoleon EX, and with Lily's Determination, we can get Metang, fully energize it, and start attacking next turn as well. So I'm just going to sacrifice Monkidori here for now. My opponent will evolve Toxel into Toxtricity. It's such a great addition to dark type builds for sure because of that energy acceleration. But especially for this Mega Sharpedo EX build, because Sharpedo actually requires damage counter to deal a lot of damage. But my opponent's going to use Iono that actually took away all the cards that we needed. But actually no, we got Genesect EX, so we can get Metang and also Empoleon EX. And there we have a rare candy, so we can fully evolve. We just need to get the energies to start attacking. So there's the Mega Sharpedo EX. Subjugating Chains switches it to the active. And they're just going to attack with a first attack, enough to knock out Monkidori because it is weak to dark. So I'm just going to put Piplup in the active. We got another energy, which is good. Put Piplup into play. We can draw more cards with Fecundipity. Let's use Metallic Signal to get Empoleon and Metang. So we'll evolve that. Use Flip the Script to draw 3. So there were no energies. Hopefully with this Metal Maker we can get the energies we need to attack with Empoleon. Actually, they have Academy at Night. I could use that to my advantage. So it's a sure thing that we will get the energy. So there it is. Metal Maker only gets us 1 energy though. I'm going to use Iono. Hopefully we can draw into an energy here. Oh, okay, we got a dark energy, thankfully. So we can start attacking. I'm just going to attack with Iron Feathers, deal 210 damage. And with that poison, it's near knockout here for our opponent's Mega Sharpedo EX. So right now we only have 60 defense. My opponent has to hit for 380 damage to one-hit knockout our Empoleon EX. Or 450 if you consider Monkidori transferring damage counters. So 350. 350 for a one-hit knockout. But that Monkidori EX is actually pretty scary because it has an ability that while Petron EX is in play, your opponent takes 1 less prize for knocking it out. And if they set up their Mega Gengar EX, you take absolutely no prizes for knocking out their Monkidori EX. So pretty scary. But they're just going to attack our Empoleon EX. That's an easy 3 prizes for us, which I don't really mind. Let me go ahead and get another Metang with Metallic Signal, increasing our chances of getting the energies that we need to energize our attacker. So I'm going to use Academy at Night once again, to guarantee the Metal Energy acceleration to our Prinplup. Okay, we get more. No more energies. Just going to use Lily's Determination. We can attach 1 energy at least, so that's going to be ready for next turn. I have Iron Defender, but with less than 100 HP left, I mean, it could make a big difference. Let's go and use Iron Feathers. knock out their Mega Sharpedo EX. That will get us 3 prizes. And we got a full Metal Lab. That's gonna help us increase our defense even further, so that's a good thing. I used Iron Defender because if you guys didn't know, that actually works for any of your metal Pokemon. So even if they boss one of our bench Pokemon that are metal types, it will receive that extra 30 defense, or they will receive 30 less damage from our opponent's attacks. But my opponent will be able to evolve their Haunter into Mega Gengar EX. So now, each time we knock out their Pokemon with an EX Pokemon, we will receive 1 less prize from that knockout. But let's see what our opponent's plan here is. They're going to Adrena Brain 30 damage or 3 damage counters to Armatang. But that's okay. They will attack with Monkidori EX, knocking out our Empoleon EX. Let me just pivot into Pheasantipede EX for now. Let's evolve into Empoleon. And then with the Nest Ball, I'll get Zamazenta. Because what I could do is also attack with Zamazenta. And if they knock it out, we can still get the full prizes that is due for the knockout. So that's that. The only thing is they have to attack Zamazenta to receive damage. Let's go and use their Academy at Night, Metal Maker. We got 2 energies. So we can energize Zamazenta. Can we get more energies? No more energies. Oh, we actually fell short of 1 energy there. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace their Stadium to increase our defense. I can fully energize Zamazenta. Put Hero Escape on our Empoleon EX. And I'm gonna use Lily's Determination for the meantime. But this actually puts us in a bad position because now Pheasantipede EX is at our opponent's mercy. I mean, this Monkidori, never mind. They have Adrena Brain to transfer damage, and dealing 190 will definitely knock out our Pheasantipede. But I think this Monkidori EX has a cooldown, so I don't think it can attack every single turn. They'll have to retreat it. Unless they have a switch, they can attack with it again. Otherwise, they don't have any other Pokemon that's fully energized to attack. I mean, they could use Subjugating Chain, then retreat. They could do that. But they can't switch their Monkidori because it's a Psychic type. Wait, what's this? Larry's Skill. Discard your hand, search your deck for Pokemon, a supporter card, and a basic energy. Ooh, they have a boss's orders. Okay. That's not good. So, right now, I don't think my opponent's setup is all that great because they can't attack with Monkidori EX because of the cooldown. They're using Subjugating Chains. They can't switch their baby Monkidori because it's a psychic type. So Subjugating Chains only works for dark type Pokemon. And if they switch Toxtricity, it requires 2 energies to retreat, so they can't just easily retreat it. And they're just gonna pass. Okay. Whew, that was a close call there, guys. I thought I'd lose my Pheasantipede EX. I don't want to use Iron Defender because that will lower your opponent's attack. So I'm just going to use Iono. We got Air Balloon, thankfully. Let's go ahead and use Super Rod, recover those energies. That will increase our chances of getting the energy that we need for our Empoleon. But for now, I'm just going to retreat. Let's go ahead and retreat our Empoleon. There it is, 2 energies, more than enough. I'll just go ahead and attach it to our Empoleon. And I'm just gonna attack. Knock out this Toxtricity. But because of Mega Gengar EX, we actually get no prizes for that, which is pretty annoying. But now here comes Mega Gengar. You can attack with it, deal 200 minus, what, 90? Minus 90? So it'll actually take 3 attacks to knock out our Empoleon EX, I think. But then again, with Monkey Dory, transferring those damage counters could be less. I mean, we have boss's orders in our hand. We could just take out that Petron. Okay, they're gonna attack, deal 140 damage, and then they have to switch 1 energy from their Mega Gengar to one of their bench Pokemon. Actually, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna boss their Ghastly because they put it into play. I'll attach an energy, continue to re-energize my Empoleon. What's nice about mid-tank too is that you put the other cards on the bottom. So I'm just gonna take a knockout here against their Ghastly. We get 1 prize. And that leaves our opponent in a tough position, because now, unless they have a boss orders to target our other Pokemon, if they attack Zamazenta with their Monkey Dory EX, Monkey Dory EX will receive that same damage, making it easier for us to knock it out. Petron EX will be dealing a lot of damage now too, and that's gonna be enough to knock it out, actually. Ooh, what's this? So my opponent's using the Miracle Headset Ace Pack. Put 2 supporter cards from the discard into your hand. Interesting. I seldom see players use that Ace Pack card. Okay, my opponent's gonna energize their Gengar. They could attack, but Mega Gengar will receive the damage counters. And if we knock it out, we will take the last 2 prizes, because they're only gonna negate 1 prize from being taken with Gengar's ability. Alright, they're gonna try and set up another Ghastly, but if my opponent attacks Zamazenta here, it's gonna be game over for them. Unless they have a boss's orders. Oh, they're gonna attack with Void Gate! They'll knock out Zamazenta, but Mega Gengar will receive 200 damage, equal to the damage our Zamazenta received. So look at this, guys. We will actually win the game thanks to our Zamazenta softening up our Mega Gengar. We even drained to our energy here. So we're just gonna attack with Iron Feathers, knocking out their Mega Gengar. We get 2 prizes to win the game. And there you have it, guys. Empoleon EX is super awesome. Good game. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.